Explore new life scenarios. Experience an extraordinary life. The scenario you will experience today is the hacker who controls the international dark web. Level 1, the bottom tier broker. It all begins with a crispy stroke at 3:14 a.m. The cold glow of the screen illuminates your bloodshot eyes. Before you is a rudimentary encrypted chat box. 450 Monero XMR. Have just finished tumbling through your cold wallet's mixer, flowing into unknown offshore accounts. You've earned a 1.5% escrow fee from the transaction. To your left is a buyer seeking unregistered contraband. To your right is a black market seller from Eastern Europe. The rules of the system are simple. Ask no questions about the goods. Leave no traces behind. The moment the transaction is complete and the USB drive is pulled, the room falls into a deathly silence. You can hear nothing but your own violent heartbeat. Your palms are slick with cold sweat. This is the first time you've truly touched the undercurrents of the underworld. You are fragile, one leaked IP address or one trembling operational error, and federal agents would kick down your door before dawn and pin you to the freezing floor. Level 2, the senior agent. The damp basement has been replaced by a high-rise luxury apartment equipped with bulletproof glass. On your desk sit 3 air-gapped military-grade hard drives containing the core technical formulas for a multinational pharmaceutical company's anti-cancer drugs. This deal is worth $12 million, paid in full via Bitcoin. The buyers are corporate spies with no bottom line. The seller is a desperate rogue engineer. You are the sole bridge of trust between them. You've registered your first shell company in the Cayman Islands. That old sense of fear has vanished completely. You look at top secret data capable of shifting entire industries' data that concerns the lives of millions, as if it were nothing more than a pile of meaningless scrap paper. Moral boundaries begin to blur. You coldly tell yourself that these are just lines of code. No one is bleeding except perhaps for invisible corporate balance sheets. Your empathy has been bought out entirely by stacks of virtual currency. Level 3, the dark web gatekeeper. You no longer go looking for clients, now they come to beg you. Your PGP public key has become the most expensive passport in the deep waters of the dark web. Without your digital signature as a guarantee, no illegal transaction exceeding $5 million can proceed. You have begun to possess the power to grant access to the system. You once rejected a money laundering request from a Russian ransomware gang. 48 hours later, they attempted to put a bounty on your real identity in the black market. You didn't call the police, your heart rate didn't even accelerate. You spent $800,000 to post a counter bounty on an even deeper underground forum. 3 days later, a mysterious fire broke out in the server room where that gang was located. Your innocence dies completely at this moment. In your hands, violence has been reduced to a mouse click and an irreversible transaction hash. You have learned to build authority through fear. Level 4, the underground banker. You now control a flow of $40 million in underground capital every day. Cash from Mexican cartels, payments for Eastern European arms oligarchs, and dirty money from Wall Street insider traders all weave through the labyrinths you've constructed. You are no longer a mere human. You are a cold, efficient money laundering machine. A technical agent who worked under you for 2 years tried to scheme $3 million. You felt no anger, nor did you shout. You simply cut off all his system access and sent his real physical address to the Colombian buyer, whose funds had been compromised. You take a sip of lukewarm coffee and watch the message status on the screen change to read. You know exactly what will happen in the next 48 hours. In this brutal system, trust is the most expensive commodity, and the price of betrayal must be paid in blood and life. Level 5, the power broker. Money has lost all meaning to you, relegated to a string of boring digits. Begun to collect the world's most lethal chips, leverage and vulnerabilities. Your private servers hold lists of offshore accounts belonging to dozens of politicians, alongside military-grade zero-day exploits capable of paralyzing a nation's power grid at any moment. A national intelligence agency tried to track your physical coordinates. You didn't run. Instead, you reverse-hacked the private email of their commander, setting a timer to leak ironclad evidence of his embezzlement to his political rivals. 10 minutes later, all tracking programs were forcibly terminated. You are no longer afraid of the system. You have begun to stand above it, become the common weakness of all those in power. The currency of power has shifted from wealth to absolute information suppression. He who holds the secrets holds the power of life and death. Level 6, the black market overlord. Your dominance over the dark web is unshakable. You ruthlessly shut down 3 competing forums, not through simple cyber attacks, but by bribing their core administrators to plant ransomware, erasing them entirely. You hold absolute pricing power over the entire underground world. The head of Asia's largest criminal syndicate booked an entire floor of a luxury hotel in Zurich just to beg for a meeting. You didn't show up. You simply left a line of blood-red text on his suite's television screen. Follow my protocol, or vanish entirely. That cold-blooded thug bowed deeply toward the screen. You watched it all through a surveillance feed, your heart an emotionless void. Your feelings have been completely formatted. At this level, people are reduced to calculable transaction values. You no longer value loyalty. You only value obedience. Level 7, the hidden dictator. You live in seclusion within an unmarked, minimalist fortress, deep in the Alps. 4 independent satellite links connect your underground bunker to the world. You have no real name and no past. Anyone who knew your face has already been reduced to ashes. The first thing you do every morning is expressionlessly destroy the physical hard drive used the night before. You trust no one with a few keystrokes. You could cause the financial system of a medium-sized country to collapse instantly. Yet you feel utterly imprisoned if you were to disconnect or disappear. The underground world would descend into a frenzy of fratricide. Due to the loss of its central hub of trust, you seized absolute control for the sake of survival, only to find tragically that control is merely a high-level illusion. You have become a prisoner of the empire you built with your own hands. Level 8. The untouchable king. Become an untouchable myth. In the top secret files of global national security agencies, you are merely a code name with no fingerprints and no face. You sit alone in the darkness watching the global data streams flickering on the screen. Nearly half of the world's gray economy operates silently under your protocols. You could press the delete program at any time to destroy all transaction records, but you won't because the system has become far greater than you. The ultimate price of supreme power is that you have effectively died to this world. You have no friends, no life. An extreme sense of loneliness like deep-sea pressure weighs constantly on your lungs, making it hard to breathe. Just then it is 3:14 a.m. In the bottom right corner of the screen, a primitive Tor network notification flashes. An anonymous account, just registered, clumsily sends a request for a 450 Monero escrow. It comes with a plain text message, completely unencrypted. Excuse me, is this where I can make a trade? Before the code screen, staring silently at the message. It is like looking at your younger self from years ago, the version of you in a rented room. Hands slick with sweat, knowing nothing. He has no idea of the bottomless corruption he is about to face. No idea what he will discard for the sake of survival. And even less idea of what a silent, dead abyss lies at the end of this road. You let out a soft sigh. Your finger hovers over the keyboard, and you press enter.